Hello there, YouTubers. What I've done is converted a 550 with a case feeder to load with the case feeder 380 ACPs. And I've also added a bullet feeder from Lee, and I use it manually, and I'll show you how that works as we go along. There's a gentleman on YouTube that does make a plate for the 550 that you can hook the rod portion of this up that makes it work automatically. I'm in no big hurry. I like to use these because I chopped my thumb off a few years ago and then sewed it back on. I have no feeling in it, so it's hard to pick up the little bullets, so it's easier for me just to load this way. And I load on this 550 with the case feeder, the 380s, 485 ACP, 9mm, 223, and 300 blackout. So I'll run a few here and show you how it works, and then I'll pause and pull the parts out and show you how I modified them to make them work. I'll also try to do a close-up with one hand here in a minute to show you the locator pin and the plunger on how it works. So I'll go ahead and get started. And you can work at a nice steady pace. You can go as fast as you like or as slow as you like. Like I said, I'm in no hurry. It's just a convenience feature for me for when I'm loading all my little Plinkin loads here. So as you see, it progresses nicely, it feeds nicely, and it works quite well. When I spoke to Dillon and asked why they didn't have a 380 conversion for this system when I purchased it, they told me that it didn't work very smoothly, so they didn't want to put something out on the market that was having problems. So they don't make the 25 auto, the 32 short, or the 380 load with the case feeder, nor do they make any rifle cartridges feed. So you see how that works. And what I've done is I actually modified the collar here. It's a 9mm collar, but I cut it down a little bit, and I'll give you the specs on that in a minute. And as you see, the plunger, when it comes out, it will feed into the shell plate, and then when it retracts, it'll go and drop another cartridge. The reason that it does that is because I've modified the plunger, and I'll take it out here in a minute and show you how I did that. If you tried to do it with just a 9mm stuff, the cartridge falls down too far, and then the other one hangs up on it and doesn't allow the plunger to go through. The other thing that I did is, because the cartridges or the cases would turn in here, is that I've put an adapter tube inside of here, and I just used some black tape to make a little cone right there, so when the cases come down, they fall in here and go to a reduction tube, and then they don't turn in this chamber here where the micro switch is. Was having problems with that. And then the other thing is the actual locator pin that the cartridge, or the case, I keep saying cartridge, that the case comes out on. I don't know if I can get a good picture of that in there or not. And I'm going to pull these parts out of the press and lay them out, and I'll show you what I did to those.